Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Will Wareham with WHHI-TV.
And I'm your host, Lisa Richardson, and we're coming to you today from Lowcountry Montessori School in Beaufort. Our first guest is Marc Cobb, who is a secondary teacher here at the school.
Our next guest is Gina Zuberbier, who's also a secondary teacher at Lowcountry Montessori School.
And Rhonda Crosby, also a teacher on the staff.
And finally, the director of the school, Amy Horn, will join us. So stick around for more 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
We're here now with our first guest, Marc Cobb. Welcome, Marc.
Thank you.
Marc is one of the secondary trained teachers here at the Montessori School, and so we're looking forward to hearing about your role today. But first, for those viewers who may not know about Lowcountry Montessori, tell us about the school overall.
Sure. Lowcountry Montessori School is a free public charter school that's available to anyone in the state of South Carolina. We start at the primary level, so age 3, and we go all the way through this year sophomores, or 10th grade, and we'll eventually go through 12th grade. And so our secondary program is 7th through 12th grade. So it's middle school as well as high school property.
Okay. And tell us, we're in Beaufort, and where exactly are we?
Houston. Where exactly are we in Beaufort? We are in the Port Royal area of Beaufort, very close to Paris Island, where the Marine base is located, just across the bridge. And a lovely, beautiful, expansive property.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's fairly new, right? This is your first year in this facility?
Brand new. This is our first year. Our second year in existence. Last year, we were in a temporary facility. Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. So now, it says here that you're all trained Montessori teachers. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Correct. How is a Montessori training different from like a traditional teacher's training?
Sure, yeah, and it is quite different, so it's good to talk about. We go down to Houston, Texas for 2 full summers, and it's an immersive experience. So we are in the training for 8 hours a day.
Wow.
With an experience. Actually, the woman who runs the program created Montessori Secondary as a program about 25 years ago. And so she runs the program, and we go through all of the different subjects. We're generalists as well as specialists, so we're trained in every subject, but then usually, especially at our school, we've zoned in on specific subjects for certain teachers.
Sure, and that's probably part of the secondary element, because you get a little bit more intense with the subjects as you get older, right?
Exactly, yeah, you want to be more specialized and make sure that you're really hitting the subjects where the kids need them. So
how would a secondary Montessori education be different? You know, what would that experience be different than like a traditional high school experience?
Is that
sure? This one's different in that we really focus on the whole child as opposed to a more traditional model that's more focused on getting a set curriculum to a child. So as in addition to all of the learning that needs to happen in a secondary program, we also look at things like emotional development and social development and how that plays into creating a person who is ready to tackle our world and what we need in the workforce.
And that's all part of the training, I guess, you receive in Houston, huh?
Right. Yeah.
So is that like going to school yourself while you're down there?
Yeah, it really is. It's actually a wonderful experience, and a little intimidating at first, because what she tells you right off the bat when you begin training, that it's going to be run as if we are in a middle school program again. Okay. And so even to the extent that they refer to the 2 grade levels that are there as 7th and 8th graders, because you go for 2 years.
Right.
So it follows the same model. And then even the process throughout the day, the way that we go through what we're learning in the subjects, follows the same format as what we carry out with our students in the program here.
Okay. And I understand that part of the Montessori approach is students helping other students. Is that right? Yeah. And that continues in the secondary approach, I guess, as well?
Absolutely.
And that's something that fosters not only learning by the child who's receiving the tutoring or the learning, but it really helps hone the skills of the person who's providing the education, doesn't it, or the student?
Right, it reinforces what they've learned, and it also encourages interdependence, so that the students are coming out of the program learning how to work well with others. And that's a big feature in modern day businesses. They want people who are good at being flexible and working with other people.
That's right, yeah, you go to any business school and teamwork, you know, you're automatically put in a team.
Exactly, yeah.
So now, I mean, are you all like specializing in, I mean, does somebody specialize in math? Like, do you go to a math class? Do you go to an English class? Or is it part of a, is that how it?
Yes.
Oh, that was.
Yes, a typical day in the secondary classroom for the middle school, they start out together and we have a community meeting that's led by the students.
Really?
Where they address some of they share with each other things that are going on. They acknowledge what good things each other have done. They have a little bit of exercise together, some challenges, and then they move into a specialized class. In the mornings we specialize either in math or in language, and I'm the math teacher and Gina's the language teacher, and they enjoy that time together because they're sitting in groups, so they get a small lesson and then they have time to work together.
Right.
That's it's allowed for them to talk it out, to discuss different methods. How did you get that? What is your answer? Help me write this sentence. How does this sound? A lot of peer editing and just the collaborative effort in the learning process. And they really seem to enjoy that because even though you hear a teacher say something, it doesn't always process in that adolescent brain. And they're very social. They love the attitude of getting to talk.
Sure, sure.
You know, so that quiet classroom doesn't hardly exist in our school. And it works well. They enjoy that. And then they have a specials class where they have music or art, technology. We have a practical life coach that helps them with just the life skills, you know, gardening or putting together an engine or different things like that. So, and I left out one. Oh, Spanish, sorry, yes, and Spanish. And they have that, and then they have their lunchtime. Our favorite part of the day is right after lunch. We have a 30-minute time that's called personal reflection time, where they're asked to sit quietly. And we give them a prompt of something to write in a journal, or just sit and listen to music with no words, to just give themselves a chance to kind of calm and recollect. At first, they struggle with that.
Sure.
They don't know what to do with themselves. What am I, where am I, you know, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go?
Yeah.
After that, they have their second class of the day, and then we have, the end of the day is the third class that's either the science or the social studies.
Very cool. Okay, we need to take a quick break, but can you all stick around for another segment?
Sure.
Please stick around for another segment of 843 TV.
You have to.